that better? Let me know if that works with let me know if that works with the music relative to my voice. Let me know if that is noticeably better, worse, or what have you. So let me know if that works. I got my beginner trading sweater today. Alright, guys. What's up, team? What's up, Jason, Gavin, Caesar, Terry? Good morning, guys. Alright, honestly, I don't even have Thinkorswim up yet. It's probably time to restart Thinkorswim. I don't think I've restarted that thing in like a long time. So what's up, guys? Alright, so we're gonna go back to big size today. I'm gonna try 500 and 1,000 shares. We'll see what happens. I don't know if it's actually gonna work again, but you know, we'll see. How much am I trading with now compared with before? 500 and 1,000 shares. Before I was trading with like 200 on average. And so, yeah, before I was trading very small. I have since scaled up to 500 and 1,000 shares. Last 2 weeks I am up about $6,000 the last 2 weeks. So, I'll take it. It's been all documented live. I stream every day, and so, but I'll take it. I know it's not gonna last forever, though. I know one of these days I'm gonna put in a big loss, and that's okay because I've put in enough big gains leading up to this point to where that ain't gonna bother me as much, you know. But it's inevitable. It's an inevitability. It's gonna happen eventually. I'm gonna put in a big loss, and there's nothing I can do about it. Whenever you start to play with bigger sizing, you're gonna take a big loss sometimes. The last big loss I took, I actually lost like $400, and then I actually on stream I was able to rebound it and come back and end green. I think I was still down after commissions, but that was my last largest loss. Was like a $400 loss. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not an expert or anything like that. I'm just working through my process. Hey, my man, Professor. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the $2 or the $10 donation, man. Really means a lot, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it, man. Shout out to Professor with the $10 donation. Thanks, bro. Means a lot, man. Appreciate the support. Alright. But yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Already, man. My day's already starting off to a good point. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I'm swimming in new water, certainly, man. Certainly I am. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not, you know, it is what it is. Like, I'm not an expert, you know. Like, I'm gonna lose, you know. I'm trading with 500 and 1,000 shares. Like, that's inevitable. I'm gonna lose. It's okay, you know. Like I said, I've gotten noticeably better at losing, you know. I lose, I usually laugh at myself because that immediately helps me to feel better. It's just making fun of myself. And so, yeah, that's what I usually do. And I don't take myself too seriously here. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna obsess over winning and losing, especially when I'm already up thousands in this account. It's unnecessary, you know. All right, with that said, though, let's take a look at some of the movers. We got BLIN gapping up a pretty solid amount here. BLIN gapping up a pretty big amount, gapping up from 124s all the way to 227 for BLIN. Let me bring this up so you guys can see it a little bit better. Here we go. But yeah, BLIN gapping up a pretty substantial amount here. Let me see if I can find the catalyst behind this move. So 1 second, team. Let me know what the volume is like as well. My account's the same size, man. I'm just trading the same account. Haven't moved up. I was just a big wimp. I have a huge account. You know, like the reality is, it's an $8,000 account, so it's a small account in trading terms. Mitch's account's really small, and so he trades on here as well. And so when we say small account trading, we're telling the truth. But my account's an $8,000 account. They just give me a lot of leverage. And so I have a ton of buying power. And but with that, I was a big wimp with it before, and I would never actually trade like I should have. And I would take like a $40 win, $30 win every day, and until eventually I got tired of it and finally scaled up. To go over BLIN here, BLIN is up from 124 to 227, and this one is up yesterday and after hours mostly from second quarter EPS of 33 cents, which is up from 39,930 year over year. Sales of 2.7 million, which is up from 2.196 million year over year. And so this is basically positive second quarter results for BLIN. We'll see what happens with it, but yeah, it's up solid after second quarter results came out for it. We'll see what happens with that one. We also have SNCA. SNCA ripping up here from 75 all the way to 114. A huge move for this one too, big percentage move. It's like a what, like an 80% move or something like that for SNCA. All right, so this is I'm gonna go ahead and quote this, and this says, as a result of feedback received from the FDA, Seneca believes that the existing phase 1 and 2 trial results support moving into a phase 3 clinical study for the ALS and SNCA. And so they're going to move forward with the phase 3 trial study after favorable phase 1 and 2 trial results for SNCA. So we'll see what happens, but that's the news, positive trial results, and the fact that they're going to move forward to the phase 3 aspect of their trial. We also have TTPH here gapping up from 164 to 293, or 239, I'm sorry. TTPH, this one is up after it showed that they received unsolicited proposal from Malenta Therapeutics to buy for $27 million in cash, plus added $12.5 million in cash payable under the contingent value rights. So they received a buyout offer for about $40 million with everything said and done. About a $40 million buy offer. It's like a $39 million buy offer in cash payable under contingent value rights. So yeah, we'll see what happens with TTPH. We also have ACB, everybody's favorite tradable cannabis stock. And, you know, this one had a reverse split last week. And then it just fell back down. But it's actually moving some. They had third quarter results that came out yesterday. And the CEO came out basically and said it's from cost savings. So, yeah, they had third quarter net revenue that went up. With their third quarter results. They touted net revenue of 78.4 mil, excluding provisions of 2.9 million. So yeah, so good net revenue for the third quarter for ACB, and that is gapping up from 664 to 875. I might watch this one. This one's got some interesting levels, specifically like this level up here. Like this 790 level has a lot of confirmation. This 750 level has even more. Then this level here, and then that pre-market high. So I might watch these specific levels here. Again, 750, 790, 835, 850, and then $9 basically. Those are the levels I'm watching for ACB. We'll see what happens with that one as well. We have NERW newer gapping up from 58.28 to 65.50 for NEWR. And they had a fourth quarter beat. It looks like. Alright, so they said they lost $27.9 million or 47 cents a share in the quarter, compared with $16.8 million or 30 cents a share in the fourth quarter of fiscal 2019. Adjusted for one-time items, the company earned $8.4 million or 14 cents a share in the quarter. compared with 7.5 a year ago. So a little bit better than expected earnings for NEWR, and it's gapping up from 58.20s to 65.50 here. I would watch 66, 68, and then this pre-market high up here. Aside from that, you get the 64 level, and then it's basically void of any support and resistance underneath this point. And so if I'm going to trade it, I'm going to watch that level. We also have DDS here gapping up, although that doesn't have that much volume. We've got like CGC with cannabis. Before I go over anything else, though, let's look at the overall market team. Let's look at the market. We got some interesting movement. We got Denny's up, but yeah, the SPY is down again today. To look at a 5-minute chart, we are down. We closed at 284, basically 285, about 3 cents under 285 for the SPY, and the market is now at 281.97. So we're gapping down. We're basically gapping down about $4 from about 85 to 84. Is where we're gapping down. We had a really nice rip in the market, a really strong reaction yesterday, and then now today in pre-market we're down. Let me see if I can find the catalyst behind the market right now and see why it's down like this. But yeah, the market is down today. We got a few bad releases that came out basically, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to go over these. We have US futures, European stocks are both higher. China reported stronger than expected industrial production numbers. Let me see what else we got. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this release, and this is from MT Newswires, and it's going over the overall market, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures declined Friday as traders looked ahead to a raft of readings on the U.S. economy to gain insight into the extent of the economic fallout caused by the pandemic. Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ futures all fell about 1%. Oil prices were slightly higher, with global benchmark Brent crude up 1% and U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude up 2.5%, as traders shrugged off the pandemic-related uncertainty and largely focused on output curbs by major producers. At 8:30 Eastern, which was 12 minutes ago, data was expected to show general business conditions index based on the Empire State Manufacturing Survey coming in at minus 65 for the month of May, following a minus 78.2 reading in the previous month, according to Econoday. Let me see if those numbers are out really quick. They should be, according to this. Alright, so yeah, these numbers are out. I'm going to go ahead and go over this. We also showed that Switzerland has reopened borders to Germany and Austria, according to customs. Belgian government says that it told Lufthansa it can only invest in its conditions if its conditions are met. Notes that both sides will have to hold negotiations and continue to hold negotiations. All right, so as per the numbers that just came out, we have Indian imports US dollar for April at 10.36 billion, with the previous 21.41 billion. Indian imports, so that was Indian exports. Indian imports were at 17.12 billion for April, with a previous of 31.16 billion. We had an Indian trade deficit government US dollar April for 6.76 billion versus the expected 7.5 billion, so a little bit bigger deficit than expected, with the previous of 9.76 billion. We had US retail sales, EX Autos, for April at minus 17.2% versus the expected minus 8.6%, so a little bit worse. We had U.S. New York Fed manufacturing at minus 48.5 versus the expected minus 63.5, so a little bit better there for May. U.S. retail sales were at minus 16.4% versus the expected minus 12%, with a previous of minus 8.7%. U.S. retail ex gas and autos for April were 16.2% versus the previous 3.1%. We had U.S. retail control for April at minus 15.3% versus the expected minus 4.6%. And then we had Canadian securities foreign for March were minus 9.78 billion Canadian. And then we also had a news release that came out, and that is probably what's dropping these numbers. Most of those are worse than expected. And then we have the New York Fed that accept all US dollar 14.75 billion in bids submitted at its overnight repo operation. We also have a quote here that says the UK senior official close to Brexit talks about that there is no halfway house on level playing field in fisheries. UK remains optimistic about the chances of a deal, and UK would not accept an extension if offered. States Brexit talks are not near failure, however. And so, yeah, that's basically the news, or the numbers that just came out. And again, that's basically what's dropping this market in the last 10 minutes or so, last 20 minutes or so. So interesting numbers that just came out here. And again, you can see the market is down here. I think the most interesting levels are going to be from, let me see. I think the most interesting levels are going to be this 281.50. It's the low of pre-market. It's confirmed that level twice already. Again, remember, 281.50, that's the level I'm talking about. My levels actually that I drew out actually followed really, really well. You could also look at 283. And then you got this low right here at 284. So I basically watched the whole dollars here, and as well as this 281.50 level for the SPY. And then obviously the previous closing price at around 285 is interesting enough. And then, like, if you look at these a little bit deeper, you can see how, why I'm talking about these levels. Like, if we zoom in, look at these. They look really solid. You can see this 281.50 level down here, 283, 284, and then that previous closing price up there. I think those levels make the most sense for the market in general here. And so we'll see what we get, but that's what I'm watching specifically. What's up, team? Just now catching back on the chat. What's up, Kiddis? What's up, Miguel, William, Tommy, AJ, Real, Professor, my man, Kyle, Terry, 10, Carlos, Kevin, Charles, Leo, Jason, Jay, Relaxing, Emmanuel, Gavin, what's up, team? Caesar, what's up, guys? You know what I'm going to make my goal for today, though, guys? You know what my goal is for today? I'm going to make my goal for the day $400. I want a $400 goal. I want to hit 400. Yesterday, I made like 3. Let me see what my account's even at. Yesterday, I made like 3. And, I want a $400 win today. That's what I would want. We'll see if I can actually hit that or not. But that's what I'm ultimately shooting for here, is a $400 win. The problem I'm running into, though, is that I'm trading too much, guys. So I really need to restrict myself, because, like, I'm not keeping much net profit. Like, if I'm being completely honest with myself, like, I've been super accurate, and that's great. And like I said, I'm up like, I don't know, I'm up like $5,000 in the last month, or in the last like week or two, which is great. I'm happy with that. But, I'd like more. I can't lie. I'd like a little bit more. And so, we'll see how it goes. I need to stop trading so much, and I need to wait. I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to draw out 2 specific patterns that I can trade, and that's it. I think if I get started trading other patterns, it's a little bit worse, and I feel like I'm accurate enough to actually do it, but, yeah, I think that's the problem. I need to stick, like, if I can get in there and I can make, like, 3 trades, that's fine, because I think what happens a lot, this is really what happens, is that I think a lot of the time, like, I end red and I'm, like, down. I'm down, like, a few $100, right? And then I usually fight back and, like, end green, which also shows me that I might, maybe I shouldn't trade first thing. But I need to restrict my trading so I'm not over trading, because I'm definitely over trading some, and I think it's a bad example to set for people. In the end, I'm profitable, and everybody knows that, but I could be more profitable if I slowed down a little bit and stopped trading so much. Hey, appreciate it, Chris. Hey, hang in there, Relaxing. You'll get there, dude. You'll get there, brother. It just takes time, man. You got this. Slow and steady, yes, sir. But yeah, market's down big. We'll see what we get. AMD's down following. Like, a big thing is, like, if you watch AMD and MU, a lot of the time on a short-term basis, they're going to follow the market. And that's usually what my strategies revolve around, is that they follow the market pretty closely. Not always. There's some days where these stocks, trend against the market, so to speak. But overall, I think on a short-term basis, like if the market breaks a low, I can jump in short for like 5 or 10 cents. And so I think I need to pull it back a little bit and not trade so much, We'll see. We'll get there. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. I'm just trying to grow my account. Stay within your comfort level. I mean, I am, honestly. Like, I'm comfortable. Don't think I'm not comfortable. Like, listen, like yesterday I made $300 gross, but I traded so much that it didn't mean much. And I'm comfortable now, Like last week I was stressed, right? But nowadays I'm taking 500 to 1,000 shares every day. It's not even bothering me anymore, especially 500 shares. I could laugh at 500 shares now because I'm just the most gangsterist trader ever. But I'm obviously being sarcastic. But yeah, I'm used to trading now. Like, I'm used to trading with the larger size. The issue is that I'm just trading too much, right? So, like, you take 500 and 1,000 shares, like, a million times, you're gonna burn up some commissions. And I think that's the issue that I'm facing right now, is that I just trade too much. I trade too much. I want to make the stream happy, The stream's all watching me, cheering me on, singing Eye of the Tiger with me, and I just want to make the stream happy, so I just keep trading. But I think I might have to disappoint the stream and slow down my trading a little bit. Maybe limit myself to like 5 trades per day max. Even though I'm a scalper and I've been really accurate doing so, I just think that maybe that's what I should do. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still building my system, obviously, and building my process. And there's a steep learning curve when you're building a system. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, either way, I'm happy with my trading. Like I said, I'm up like 5-6 grand in the last 2 weeks. So I'm not going to be greedy, but I would like to profit a little bit more. Yeah, I'm partly sarcastic. Obviously, I don't laugh at 500 shares. I'm a little baby if you ask me to take 500 shares of Tesla or like Nvidia or Zoom or Chipotle. You ask me to take 500 shares of Amazon, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing that. I'm scared of that. Even now, like I joke, like I laugh at it, but like my heart's beating a little bit when I'm trading big, especially like 1,000 shares. 500 shares I'm really used to. I really am. 1,000 shares gets me nervous still, because I know you get a big 10-20 cent squeeze, I'm down a few $100 like that. And so I laugh at it, but maybe I'm just trying to make myself feel better about it. Alright, but yeah, we can look at some of these other movers here. Again, the market's down today. Those import-export numbers came out. Ooh, guys, look at SR&E, Sorrento. Look at this move, man. This one's gapping up from 260s to 315, where it's at now. Really, just in the last 5 minutes, this thing has ripped up. So if you like cheaper stocks, look at SR&E. This one is ripping up from 260s to 315, making pretty big moves in pre-market. Let me see if I can find the catalyst for it. But yeah, look at SR&E, guys. Big move. Alright, so I'm not seeing anything new. This one is either getting pumped up or there's a news story that came out that is not showing up yet. Because, yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Dustin. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. I'll be right back. I'm going to go turn this other light on. I've noticed my green screen behaves a lot better when the light's on. Because, I mean, right now I look like a vampire. I look really pale like a vampire. But if I turn the other light on, it should fix that. So hold on 1 second. Alright, that should be noticeably better. Now you guys can see all the blemishes on my face. But no, that's better. I still kind of look like a vampire, but that's okay. But yeah, big rip on SRD. If you know the catalyst behind this move, let me know, because that's a huge move. Hey, what's up, James? What's up, dude? Just take what the market gives you. You read the charts good. You know what you believe is going to happen. So just trust the trade and take it as they come. Yes, sir. Hey, that's what I got to do. Yeah, 100% Steve. The stream definitely wants me to trade. If you're in the low float, look at BLIN. Yeah, I think I looked at that one this morning. That was like the first one. It's at the top of the gappers list for me this morning. I can't remember the news though. I think it was earnings. If I remember it, I think I remember it was second quarter earnings, but I might be wrong here for BLIN. Yeah, second quarter results. So yeah, my memory's on point, but it was only 15 minutes ago. So maybe I'm just trying to make myself feel good. But yeah, second quarter is up to 33 cents. Sales of 2.7 million, up from 2.196 million year over year. So good second quarter results here. And I do think this one's got some interesting levels. The $2 level's big. So is this 220 level. And then the $0.50 is right around the pre-market high. So like, look at that 250 level. That is exactly at the pre-market high. You might even have this level here too, at 235. But and then maybe that too. But yeah, that's how I document the levels, and then I just kind of go from one to another, banking that they're going to hold short-term resistance and support off of these levels. But the biggest level I really like here that I think has the potential to cause a big momentum move is the break of the pre-market high up here at 249. I think if we break that, we could get a nice strong rip up for it. So what's up, D, Steve, Daniel? Antibody plans with Mount Sinai. Dan Penn says act as if you only get 3 trades in a lifetime. Yeah, and I think that works. I think this is the real problem, right? Like, this is the real issue with my trading right now. And I think if you watch the stream, you probably know is that I'm accurate enough to trade a lot. You know, that's my issue, is that I'm accurate enough to trade a lot. You know, like I'm accurate. You guys watch me. Every day I'm ending up in gross profits, and I might take swings like in the upward or downward direction. But the issue is that I'm actually accurate enough to trade with higher volume like that. The problem though is that I'm trading with big size, and you know, the amount that I'm up is negligible relative to how much I'm trading, right? And so I think with the way I'm trading, I need to slow down. I need to stop trading as much. I think I need to limit myself to like 5 or 6 trades a day. And then when I get into those trades, I need to just make my money and finish it. The problem though is that like when I'm looking at charts, I see a million different strategies. I'm like, oh, that looks good. Like this looks good. Like this is a good plan. And the plans work. The strategies work. Another big issue with my trading, guys, is that I think that when I started to take big sizing, I'm selling too soon. I'm taking profits too quickly. And I think before I wasn't taking profits that fast. And so I think when I take profits as fast as I've been doing, it consequently makes it so that my profit margins are very small. And so I think if I'm going to trade, I need to be a little bit looser with my profit taking and try to get a little bit more, because I'm noticing that like I'll take 1,000 shares, and if I'm up 30 or 40 bucks, I'll take half of it off. Commissions are going to play such a huge factor in that I need to hold it a little bit longer. With 1,000 shares, I should at least try to get 10 cents. Get up to $100 in profit before I take any off. And I think that is what I'm running into. And I think that is something that probably has the biggest influence on the amount of profit that I'm actually making at the end of the day. And so with that said, I think that is my plan for the day, is just to hold my winners a little bit longer. And listen, I'm up enough in this account that before I do this, I have to tell myself it's okay if I lose 300 or 400 bucks. Like, that's fine. If you see me lose 300 or 400 bucks today, that's okay. Because like in the end, I'm trying to adjust and build a system, and I'm I have a lot of room in my account. I have a huge, I'm not going to go red in this account anytime soon, regardless of how many times I lose 300 or 400 bucks. You know, I would have to lose that like 12 days in a row to go red, 13 days in a row. And so with that said, I think that's my biggest issue here, and I think that's what I need to learn to manage and work on the most. So I hope that makes sense, but at least that's my take on it from my own kind of experience trading. SRNE, yeah, SRNE was moving before I said anything. I don't even trade these, so I mean, I don't even trade penny stocks, mostly. I mean, I trade some, but yeah, I mean, you guys see me, you know. But yeah, I mean, this one, like I said, I don't even know the catalyst behind it. I think a news release came out that said that this one, somebody said that they're partnering with Mount Sinai. They have a merger with Mount Sinai. Antibody plans. Yeah, so I can go at the catalyst. I can find the catalyst behind this one I made for SRNE. And this is an old school stock. I've traded this one a lot. But yeah, so they are up as Fox News published an antibody breakthrough article mentioning them and their discovery of the STI-1499 antibody. And so again, I'll read that again. Sorrento Therapeutics, which is SRNE, is up after Fox News published an article on, quote, antibody breakthrough, mentioning the company and its discovery of the STI-1499 antibody. Like, that's what's going down for SRNE. So yeah, that is what recently came out. So an article basically was published by Fox. So interesting. We'll see what happens. I'm for sure watching it. Yeah, for sure. I gotta stay in my trades a little bit longer. I'm accurate enough that it's okay. That my green trades, as long as I stay in them longer, should compensate for my red trades. I just gotta stay in them, hold them a little bit longer. I gotta stop being a big wimp. But again, that's another reason why I'm as accurate as I am, is because I'm taking profits very quickly. But yeah, I appreciate all the tips. I really do. You guys know me. You know, I'm not an expert. I'm trying to stay profitable like everybody else. But yeah, SPY is still in that range. And so remember, this is the range I talked about, if you guys can see it. This is the range I talked about at 283, 281.50. You can see it's actually pretty solid. I like the range, and so looking for a breakout of this range I think makes a lot of sense in the SPY as well. If it breaks down, look for some weakness. Obviously, that's the low of pre-market break, but if it breaks above it, I could see some strength there as well. Yeah, for sure, Mickey. Mickey says you definitely need to get 10 cents per share. I've been doing that for several weeks now and consistently make several hundred a day trading in 1,000 share increments. Yeah, that's for sure, 100%. Yeah, GNUS is actually breaking above the previous closing price here. So we are breaking above the previous close. It's interesting here. We'll see what we get, but we are breaking above that level. I don't know. I haven't heard from Mitch. I'm sure he'll join us. Yeah, I mean, I talked about it earlier, Mickey, which is that, like, one thing that has really helped my losses is being as profitable as I have been. Like, being up thousands and thousands of dollars over a 2-week period makes losing $200 a lot easier to handle, you know? And it makes it a lot easier to manage it overall. I think the problem as well is that I'm trading my gross profit and I should be trading my net profit. And I think that is the easiest statement to understand, is that I'm worried about ending green and gross. I need to be worried about ending green and net, which means that I need to trade less, hold stocks longer, and get some decent profit when I trade them. Alright, so we got the SPY here. Again, SPY's gapping down from about 285 down to 282 right now, roughly 282. We'll see what happens. I can go over one more catalyst for the overall market here, because we are getting a downward move. We had a really strong day yesterday. Something else came out that said New York Governor Cuomo said that the New York City lockdown is going to be extended until June 13th. And so Cuomo said the New York City lockdown is going to be extended until June 13th. We also had an article came out earlier today, about 30 minutes ago, that said more than 87% of New York restaurants were unable to pay rent or pay rent in full in May because of the economic impact of the coronavirus, according to a new survey. So yeah, that is going down as well here. So interesting here. Hey Gavin, what's up, brother? From the 35-year trader, you're doing very well. I appreciate that, dude. What's the best meal before trading? I'm not the guy to ask, man. I fast every day until noon. Only thing I drink is coffee, just black coffee. It's how I get my devastatingly handsome looks, you know, my devastatingly good looks. You know, how do you think I look like a 16-year-old at 30, you know? No, I'm just kidding. If I shave, I definitely do. But yeah, I don't eat anything before trading. I just drink coffee. That's it. At this point in my age, I'm just happy I'm keeping my hair. That's all I'm really happy about. That's all I really care about. I'm just happy I still have my hair. You know. Yeah, usually when I do eat breakfast, though, it's oatmeal. I used to eat a lot of cereal, but that's just a lot of sugar, bad processed sugar early in the morning. Unless you eat cereal that tastes terrible. So I usually just eat oatmeal. But yeah, we got PAAS up, Pan American. Like I said, if you have any other gappers that you want me to look at, let me know. I'm trying to find some here. We got CGC up. I think this one's just up because ACB is up. And so I think it's just the sector. But again, we have a cannabis stock that's ripping up under $9, and it is tradable for me. And so, you know, we'll see what happens with ACB here. But we are getting a pretty strong gap up for this one. And it's got some really good levels, too. Let me remember the catalyst. I'll go over it one more time. But yeah, the cannabis sector is up big. So this was good third quarter results for ACB that came out yesterday in after hours. It said earnings were, quote, encouraging for a change. But yeah, third quarter earnings that came out, bigger than expected sales results. Third quarter revenue is up as the CEO touts cost savings. So good third quarter results for ACB. And again, I think the entire cannabis sector is moving up as a consequent result from that. And so, yeah, we'll see what we get, but a little bit less obvious levels for CGC. I just like this 1460 level and the 1450 level for it. If we can break over that, it might get interesting. We need some good volume for CGC, though, or I won't trade it, but I really don't have an issue trading ACB. And so ACB is definitely an interesting one for me to watch, and it's getting a lot of volume this morning. It's been, last week I know this one had a 12-for-1 reverse split. And so we did get a reverse split. I think it was actually a bad reason, though. Like, so last week, the NASDAQ threatened to delist ACB because they were not above $1. They were below $1. And so the NASDAQ actually threatened to delist ACB, and then they did their 12-for-1 reverse split, and now they're up here at like $8 or so. But good earnings, good revenue. We'll see what happens with it. We also have gold here with AU that's up. But yeah, but look at SR&E, guys. Huge moves here for this one. Just big moves. Yeah, I used to do the whole I used to do the whole butter and coffee and the other stuff that you put in it for the bulletproof coffee. But yeah, look at Tesla as well. Tesla's down too with the overall market. Most mid and high cap stocks are down for sure with the overall market, but yeah, I'm going to watch CGC, but the market's down. Like I said, the big level for the SPY here that I'm really specifically waiting for is I'm waiting for the SPY to drop under this. You know, we got a lot of confirmation at this level here, this bottom level. And again, the level I'm specifically waiting for is 281.50. Market drops underneath that. I think it could get really, really interesting. We could get a big breakdown, and there might be a lot of short-term short opportunities. No pun intended, but yeah, again, this 281.50 level in the SPY is what I'm really looking at to see if we get a big breakdown on this. And to show you guys why the market is dropping, we had bad numbers that came out. And so just to show you guys, these numbers, again, we have, let me see. We had numbers came out about 30 minutes ago that caused this drop for the most part. Most of it was retail sales and manufacturing numbers that were below what a lot of people were expecting, were worse than expected retail sales and manufacturing numbers. We also had Indian imports and Indian exports that came out that were a little bit worse than expected. So that's the dropping catalyst for the SPY, is that we had some retail and Fed manufacturing numbers that came out that were a little bit worse. Again, I can go over some of these, but we had a U.S. New York Fed manufacturing for May at minus 48.5 with an expected minus 63.5. We had U.S. retail sales for April were minus 16.4%, and they actually expected minus 12%, so a little bit worse than expected. U.S. retail ex-gas autos for April were minus 16.2%. U.S. retail control for April was minus 15.3% versus the expected minus 4.6%, so way worse than expected. We also had the New York Fed said that they accepted all U.S. dollar $14.75 billion in bids submitted at its overnight repo operation. And so, yeah, bad numbers come out for the SPY, manufacturing and retail numbers. So, interesting to see what we get today. What was the big one? JCPenney. Is that one still even up? Ooh, man, JCPenney's about to go bankrupt, guys. Look at this. JCPenney's at 15 cents, man. I feel bad for it, man. It's the changing of the guard. It's a new era. Retail sales are, specific retail companies are doing well. But I think I've talked about it before. I think that, here's the reality, right? I think if a retail business, a brick and mortar business is going to succeed, it has to be a very specific type of business. And what I mean by that is that the convenience factor of being able to go pick up the product that day has to outweigh the convenience factor of getting it shipped, right? So there's certain things that I do not get shipped to me. One of those is computers and like phones and stuff like that. Like I don't get those things shipped to me. And so you see stores like Best Buy still around and still getting a lot of businesses because people want to go pick up electronics in person that day. They don't want to wait. They don't want to risk it getting shipped and stolen. And so that convenience factor outweighs the convenience of it getting shipped, right? Same thing with like clothing stores, like clothing retail stores specifically. Although that is getting a little bit worse as well, but a lot of people like to go try on clothes. But when you think about retail, I think that's what you really need to think about, is what the convenience factors weigh and how much it's easier to get it shipped and how much that's really going to benefit it. All right, team, we got 15 minutes. Let's do this. Alright guys, let me get Mitch in here. Alright, but yeah, we'll see what happens with the market. What do you guys think the market is going to do today? Let me get the volume right. Get the volume working. What's up, team? Yeah, U.S.-China trade tensions. Oh, certainly they are. And like I said, I think Trump needs to take one thing at a time. I disagree with that. Like, you could say, yeah, he's giving it to China, but like the reality is we need stability right now more than anything, and like getting into a big beef with China over trade talks right now is not something that I think is going to be necessarily good for us. But who knows? Let me get the volume dropped here. Alright, let me know what the volume is like, guys. I'm trying to get Mitch in here. We should be good. Let me raise this up a little bit. Let me know if that works. We should be good, but let me know if that works. Yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Mitch? Alright, but the market's actually moving up a little bit. So, again, let me know what you think the market's going to do. Down, then up like yesterday. Pullback. Market is going up, dude.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, yo.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on, everybody?
Chilling, man. Market down again, bro.
Yeah, man. I don't think anyone was expecting good retail numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
If you're expecting good retail numbers, I don't know what world you live in.
Dude, JCPenney is a 15-cent stock, man. They're about to go down, dude. I feel bad for them.
I mean, that's I think that one's been long in the writing.
Yeah.
That JCP was going out of bankrupt. They've already done bankruptcy protection.
Yeah.
Macy's is the one that you'll see, I think, reporting for bankruptcy real soon.
Yeah. What is that? M? Just M, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've been calling this one since before the $20. Back when it was up at $20. I have this resistance line that back in November I was trashing these retail stocks for a long time. And I was really positive on the budget ones like Ross and stuff like that. I think those will survive and some won't. But biggest movers of the day, you got earnings in JD, you got the banks holding up, you got the stimulus bill on watch. Stimulus bill is going to be the biggest factor of the day. If that gets signed, you could see a big swing in the market. So you guys definitely keep an eye on that stimulus bill. Also at 12 Eastern time, there will be a report from the Washington the presidency, and they'll be talking about vaccine. That could push the market also. So keep an eye on for an afternoon kind of push, especially if they start doing two positives, like let's say talk positives about vaccine and talks positive about the stimulus bill. The stimulus bill is being pressured right now by pretty much all Republicans. What I heard, even Nancy Pelosi say that essentially the stimulus bill that they put out was essentially their version. Now the Republicans have to kind of battle with them, and then they can try to find a middle point. But the biggest thing in the stimulus bill, I think, that can affect stocks, and not necessarily just the only area, but I don't know if most people aren't paying attention how much they mention cannabis in the stimulus bill. I actually have an article here, and I'm going to put up a quote in the chat, and it's a pretty good quote. It's by Mitch McConnell. making my name look bad, but
Yeah.
I'll put it up in the chat.
Mitch is
it's
dummy. Not you.
Here you go. But yeah, it's a really good quote. So in the stimulus bill, the word cannabis appears in the bill 68 times, more times than the word job, and 4 times as many as the word hire. So to me, this just shows a really positive lobbying in the cannabis industry.
Yeah, man.
This could be huge for the cannabis industry. I think that's the real reason why you're seeing a spike in ACB and these other stocks and these other cannabis stocks, is that at the end of the day, if they get funding from the
banks,
from this stimulus, and they can hit the banks for loans, oh, you're gonna see these cannabis stocks just rack up on the debt that they can grab.
100%.
And I think that's a positive in the long run, because it just gives them capital to play with. When the stock has capital, it can go ahead and create kind of new innovations in the industry, new products, education, advertising. There's just so much that a company can do when it has bullets, when it has a loaded gun to keep kind of looking for investors.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's something that is way past necessary. It needs to get done. You know, McConnell doesn't understand that this is the economy. Like, this is the economy in a lot of places. He might not care about those places because they're not, Republican places, but it is the economy. A lot of the places are the largest cities that we have, or the largest, most dense population states, like California. That is the economy. And, letting that happen is going to ultimately benefit the economy for sure. There's going to be a lot more funding. Banks are going to be stronger. There's just going to be a lot more benefits from it. And so I think it's time. But who knows?
All right, guys. A lot of stocks on the move today. Let me see the top gapper. Let me see what's up there. It looks like some health stocks. You also got Y10. That's a Chinese stock. I think it reported earnings. Just be careful with that one. UAVS. That one is kind of an airline help kind of thing. Some people are playing that one for a long term just because it's so cheap. They think that eventually it can come back.
Said Y10. So yeah, Y10 is up. Yeah, not too shabby.
Yeah, this is a Chinese pumper. I can just tell you that right off the bat. Chinese pumper. And then UAVS, they're looking. This is aerial system. They're looking for this to come back. Some investors are getting in this, thinking that it could come back up here. This thing ran ridiculously in April on the 30th. So that's what they're keeping an eye on. This one has a huge bottom below it. Keep an eye on this one, UAVS. But really, I'm gonna make my chart one chart so you guys can see. The biggest things for me today will be restaurant shorts, not the common plays, but we'll definitely be looking for restaurant shorts.
Yeah, for sure. All right, team. We got over 300 people in here. Hit that like button. We got 53 likes. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We got 6 minutes until the open. Let's do this live. Like I said, I'm still going to be trading 500, 1,000 shares. Going to try to increase size, but I'm also going to be a little bit less aggressive, and I'm going to wait for the good setups, I think. But yeah, the SPY itself is down to 281, or is down to 282.50. If we can drop under 281.50, like I said, I'll probably short into a lot of these bigger moves. It should be interesting and fun. And yeah, we'll see what we get. I'm ready to trade. We got 5 minutes. Let's do this. But yeah, that range between 283 and 281.50 is probably the most significant range I would watch for in the SPY right now. If we can break underneath the lows of pre-market, I'm going to short into a lot of these different moves, and I think that low of the day break at 281.50 is going to consequently drag a lot of these other stocks down. So that's really what I'm looking at to see if we can find it. We also had Mitch, for Uber, do you see a glitch or like a huge wick in pre-market at 8:15 or at 9:15? Yeah, you do too. I wonder what that was, because at first I thought they looked really strong, but we've since just pulled back to it.
That's an order going through on one of those off exchanges.
Yeah, because
you can't it's one thing that I did research on. You always see these weird exchanges on the level 2, kind of not the normal BATS, ARCA, EDGX, NASDAQ. Those are kind of the normal ones. But then you have like these weird kind of marketplaces, and that's why you'll get sometimes you see on the time and sales an order go through, like let's say for Uber here we're looking at $32. You'll see a price all of a sudden go through at $32.80, and you're like, how the heck did that go through? It's because it's off a different exchange. It's not going off the normal exchanges. And then so their bid and ask prices are separated by huge ranges off these off exchanges.
Yep, for sure.
And that can cause a wick. I see those in the SPY all the time.
All right, guys, we got 4 minutes. Let's do this.
We got a question here from Yoshi. When trading penny stocks, do you take the SPY into account?
Not really, no. It depends on the sector. It depends on what you classify as a penny stock, and it depends on what the sector is. Like cannabis sometimes follows the overall market because, again, cannabis affects the economy. So like you'll see the SPY rip up, and a lot of the times you'll see cannabis follow it up. And so those I do, like ACB, $8 stock I do, but like regular penny stocks that are usually biotechs, they're not really influenced by the market as much at all. And, it's mostly mid and high cap stocks that I'm correlating the overall market with their movement for the most part. I'm not saying that's going to be just a universal thing. I mean, I'm sure there's some penny stocks that follow the market, but it's just not something that I do, and it's more so meant for mid and high cap stocks, if that makes sense.
All right, guys, I'm going to be looking today. My top plays are going to be shorts on the restaurants. I'm going to be looking to short Red Robin's and BJ's restaurants.
They've got some good burgers,
Yeah, but my idea in this story is who's going to go to a restaurant to get a burger?
Yeah, me. It depends,
I don't
right?
I'm a burger think you're going to the restaurant in this COVID time.
Oh, I'm not going.
To get a burger.
Burger ain't that important.
Exactly. That's my idea. You get what I mean, John? Like, I think if you want a burger right now, you're gonna go to a Burger King, drive-through, Good Times Burger that I have here in Denver. I'm not going to Red Robin's to go sit next to somebody to put my life in danger for a burger.
Yeah, for sure.
And then so my idea is, if they don't have a drive-through, those are the ones I'm looking at, guys. I'm gonna be coming out with a good video on the restaurants, and look forward to different videos also of investing, and that goes on our different channel, guys. We don't like to really talk too much investing here. This is mainly a trading channel where we look to show you guys our experience in day trading and keep building on that. That's why I'll be looking for a short time play, and then also looking for a longer term play in these restaurants to keep coming down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I posted our second channel link in the chat. It's just an online business channel. I break down my online business endeavors, like investing in different blogs that you can buy online, Amazon businesses, stuff like that. And then Mitch is going to go over investing, and there's the link for the new channel if you want to go subscribe. We definitely appreciate it. But yeah, guys, we got the market open in 15 seconds. So let's do this, team. Let me get everything ready here, and let's try to make some money today.
I'm gonna put a link up there. You can check that out later, guys. It's just about 11 places Americans most likely avoid post-lockdown. These are the kinds of things that I look for.
Here's the bell. All right, guys, there's the bell. Let's see what we get. The SPY. Let me minimize this, but yeah, should be a fun day. Fridays are usually a little bit lower volume days, but let me go. All right, so we're dropping a little bit right now, but nothing too significant in the overall market. As for some of these big movers here, let me see. There we go.
All right, guys. Looks like I didn't do my homework this morning. RRGB is not tradable for me. Just tried to get in it there at 1183s, but I'm going to have to let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah, it happens, brother. MU ripping up, guys. Look at MU with the market. Market's up to 282.60s. And so, like I said, we got a few really obvious levels that I'm going to wait for some breaks to happen, but we are getting some strength initially at the open, and especially with like microchip stocks, both AMD and MU are ripping up pretty big here. Yeah, a lot of times they're ahead of the curve. That's the point.
Looking for a bounce here in BJRI to get short.
So yeah, market's up, pulling back a little bit though. If we break under 282.25, we might get some weakness. Let's see what we get. Remember, guys, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's do this. Market's pushing up. 283 is an interesting level here too. Remember, 283 was kind of the top of the range, but we also have this high up here at 282.75. And we are breaking that now. So we just broke over that. Cisco's ripping up. AMD and MU are both ripping up today. So we're going to wait for some subsequent plays, maybe some VWAP bounces in those if we get them. But I'm trying to be patient here. Cisco spiking up big, but yeah, look at AMD and MU. We are up a decent amount. SPY squeezing up. Next level is that 282 or 283 level.
All right, guys, let's take a look at the changes from the open. It changes from the open. We have green, consumer, cyclical, and technology. And then big red, we have utilities and real estate.
Interesting. AMD pulled right back to the VWAP. Might have been a good VWAP bounce setup. We're going to wait to see what the market does. I think the market's going to run into some either resistance or breakout level at 283. We're at 282.70. So an interesting spot there.
$9,000 shares went through at 1683 for BGRI that I'm looking at. Lower volume stock, guys, so just keep an eye on it.
Ooh, big reversal, guys. Big reversal in the SPY underneath the VWAP now. So a big drop. We're going to see if that influences these other stocks that I'm watching, and I might look to short into some of them if we do get a crack there. So watching, yeah, huge drop in the market here. Big drop. And a low break. I'm going to short into AMD here. I'm in with 500 shares. Can you guys see this? The market just turned fast. All right, and I'm out. So a little $55 win. I still got to work on holding my moves a little bit longer, but I wanted to catch that one just from the SPY's big downward turn. The downward move happened so quickly here that hey, I appreciate the subway. The downward move happened so fast here that I just wanted to catch a little bit of it, and I think it might continue to go down, but I wrote it down to that support level. But yeah, a huge drop in the market, a quick turn. Look at the SPY here. So the SPY literally just ripped down in one or two candles, broke lows, and now is edging closer to this 281.50 level, which is the level I'm talking about. We might break that here. So yeah, I'm all out of AMD, a little scalp there, but big drop. Remember, guys, look at this level. I talked about 281.50. We're bouncing right there. We're still testing that. The next step is going to be to short AMD if we break lows of the day, and that correlates well with what the market's doing at that time. So we're testing 281.50. Here's the level break. We just broke underneath it. You can see the volume surge as we break underneath that. The next step is to see if we hold that level as resistance now. So 281.50 is a big level, and the next step is to see if we hold that level as support or resistance now, because we did just bounce right back above it. Hey, appreciate it, Netron. Thanks, man. Yeah, I noticed the market just turned quick, and that's actually my favorite thing. I love it when that happens because it usually influences it really, really well for me.
All right, guys, looking for a bounce here in LB. LB, get me short.
Market's testing that 281.50 level again here. We're going to see if we can break underneath it. Alright, so SPY's bouncing all the way back above it, so it looks like we held 281.50 as support. You can even see where the body lows there is right at 281.50, so we're getting a rebound. I'll be right back, team. I'm going to go grab something, but I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. What did I miss? Ooh, market rebounding quick. Next one I'm looking at is MU here, because if the market really rebounds, I can take MU with a decent trade. Just depends on whether the market fades or bounces.
Seen a bounce here in LB, guys.
Alright, MU's testing these highs up here. Just a big range for MU today. Strength in the market though, for sure.
Wanted to get 30s there, or 34s. See if I can get in the 30s again.
Market pulling back a little bit. Was almost about to take a 500 share position on MU, but we pulled back too much.
All right, guys, resorts and casinos getting a little push there. You could see a little push.
I just took 500 shares of MU. We'll see if this works out. I'm going to give it a little bit of time here and really try to let it work, but this drop is not really great for me. I'm going to see if we can get the market to squeeze back up here and try to let it work through this. We're kind of consolidating at the highs. I don't mind holding through this. See if we can get up to 40 or so. Alright, there's the market squeeze up big. Market's testing highs. That should be good for me here, but alright, market just ripped up. Market's still ripping up.
Big rip in lodging. Big rip in lodging.
So market's breaking highs, but AMD is just not working for me. Or no, MU. I would think we would get a subsequent push up here, but I'm going to be patient with it. All right, there's 35s, 36s. We're finally getting a late reaction here for MU.
Nice pull back there in LB.
Alright, finally we're getting a rip up over to the 40s. Market's squeezing up big. That should be good. Let's see. 40s, there we go. This one's been so swingy, I'm going to take half off there. I'm going to hold 200 shares. There's the rip. Alright, up 103 on the day. I stayed patient with it and caught the rip. Once I was in the profits, though, I took profits fast because, yeah, that one, listen, and I knew it would probably bounce there, but with this bigger sizing, it's definitely more of like an emotional thing, right? Like, I was never down in my actual account that much. I don't think I was ever down over $100. But, you know, it just lagged behind the market a little bit. So, like, the market was pushing up, breaking highs, as you can see here, and MU was just consolidating. And so I had to wait for MU to catch up with the overall market, which we eventually get. Which we eventually got, and you know that's why I scalped into it very quick like that. So not too bad, but yeah, that one was definitely kind of a, you know, a little bit of a stressful trade for sure.
All right, gonna take a quick trade here off 33s. Just got in short on LB.
Guys, we got over 400 people in here. We got 425 people here. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. On a Friday too. Fridays are usually a little bit slower, so appreciate all the love today, guys. Am I on a 3-day win streak? I don't know. I appreciate the sub, Anthony. Honestly, I haven't been following my green streak that much. It's something like that. It's a pretty good green streak, whatever I'm on. MU followed it in my money, thanks. Hey, no stress, Steve. Glad you took it, bro. But yeah, it worked. The breakout worked. You just, you know, I'm tracking the market, right? And so the premise of that trade is just looking at the SPY, looking for strength. I talked about that 283 level in the SPY all morning today, and when we broke out, MU just lagged a little bit behind it. I kept it very short though, but yeah, that's basically what I was doing.
All right, I need to get out. I'm keeping it small right now. Anything above these 33s is just gonna get me out.
All right, so the SPY is above
35 shows.
The SPY is above 283 now, so we're ripping above 283, and that's gonna drag a lot of other stuff too. I don't know if I'm gonna take any now, but we are breaking over that 283 level we talked about.
Stepped out there.
So yeah, here's the 283 level. We finally ripped up past it. You can see the levels I draw that I document, they're not exact, but they're close enough to make money with. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Javier. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, brother. Yeah, there goes MU ripping up. Who would dislike this channel? Competitors, insecure traders. You know. Market ripped up, pulling back though. We're gonna see if we find support at this 283 level. We just broke over it. We're gonna see if we pull back down and we can find some support there. Yes, sir, Andrew. We're gonna try, brother. We're gonna try, man. Alright, so remember, we're going to look for 283 to hold as support if it does pull back to this 283 level. This is a big level in pre-market, big range level, and so the SPY's pulling back to 283. We're going to look to see if it holds support. If it doesn't, that could show some weakness, but we also have this previous high up here at 282.90 right here, where the market might kind of bounce there as well. It could either bounce at 283, hold dollar, or it could bounce at that previous high right here. So that's really what I'm looking at. Looks like we might bounce at 283 though. Hey, we got 106 likes in here. Appreciate the love, team. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I don't use trailing stops, Z. I'm not saying you can't. They're just not for me. I'm too rigid with where I'm gonna take profits, and so I think you got to be rigid with your own system, and trailing stops just are not incorporated into mine.
All right, guys, seeing a squeeze here in Walmart, pushing up here.
So again, we're pulling back to, we're at that 282.90 level. That's a big level I talked about. We're going to see if we hold that and bounce up. Remember, I drew a line here before this happened, and look at where we bounce. 282.90. We still might test it and battle it though. If we break underneath it, the next level I would look for is down here at 282.67 or so, 282.65. But again, right at that 282.90 level is the previous high. We're testing that now. And we might break under it. We're still testing that. Another bounce right there. Yeah, what's ACB doing, man? I gotta... I gotta look at ACB. I haven't been watching that one as close. Yeah, ACB's ripping up, looking strong, man. Hey guys, listen, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything here, but I'm definitely gonna toot my own horn. Look at this 282.90 level I just drew out. I drew this level out before it happened, and look at that. An exact confirmation off of that level. So yeah, it's just the previous high, fairly standard level, really.
All right, guys, long KR, Kroger's. Thinking maybe a VWAP bounce play here in USFD. If it does push up, I think we'll get it right here. be looking for this NGVC to come back to 14, and I'll be taking a position in that one later on in the day. I'm actually might take that one on a long term. All right, KR in the grocery sector looking good for me here. Just got an ad there. Looking to add here on any pullback. I like USFD for VWAP bounce play. Essentially what I took right here on KR to VWAP bounce play. Just took it at 81 right above the VWAP. Looking for a pullback to 728, 725s here for USFD, but it's already taking off on the VWAP bounce. Just didn't want to take two trades at the same time, but it looks great. All right, SPY hitting a major resistance now. Let's see what happens here at the 283.90s. If it gets into 284s with big volume, then we can start pushing up, but this is kind of where I can see the rejection happening. Doesn't look like my thing wants to break out here. I might just cut it. Yeah, keeps holding. Yeah, make it out there. Just not liking it, guys. They went straight back up, but
Oh, my bad, guys. I was in a trade. I've been talking about it this whole time, and apparently I've been muted the entire time. You guys saw some of it, though, so I took MU on what we call a rebound bounce setup. Apparently I've been muted this whole time, so sorry, guys. But yeah, I took MU on like I said, what we call a rebound bounce setup. Worked really well. Got out quick. Made a small gain. I'm up 130 on the day. Yeah, it looks like your level's holding pretty well, Mitch. 284s.
yeah, I kind of expected a chop fest today. So I'm seeing that right now. We got the move up to resistance. Now we're pulling back down a little bit. Let's see what we're going to get in the SPY. I kind of expect a choppy day.
Yeah, Friday's usually a little bit slower.
Yeah, my thing is we got about essentially 4 down days, and up aftermarket, up positive, and I think that alone pulled some of the bears out, put some bulls for the pullback buy. I think that's what you're seeing here. And then it's kind of in between. There's KR breaking out, guys. So I got out of that one a little early. Would have made a nice win, but just kind of got a little worried with the SPY reaching that resistance level.
Look at NVAX has been ripping up too. ACB is back at the VWAP. It just depends on what we think here. I do like this level here for the market, though. I like this level here for ACB. We could see if we hold the VWAP here, and then like a really easy risk level in this one is like $9. So if like you get in at 9.12 or anywhere around there, you got a really tight risk level at like $9, maybe a little bit under that at like 8.97 or so, and then you got a big reward target. So it's a really good organic risk and reward ratio here for ACB. Regardless of what happens, I'm not sure if this is going to hold or keep moving up. It looks like it might break really, but thus, the point still remains, is that the R&R level is solid. I don't know, I just like the SPY more. What's the difference, Steve? I mean, I understand the difference, but I'm just saying, like, it's all personal preference, you know? Me pairs trading off of the SPY works really, really well, and so I'm just going to keep doing that. You know, I could watch, like, you know, like I said, like a microchip or tech ETF, but the reality is the SPY works well, and I think the correlation is not as obvious, but it also kind of is a little bit more protected that way as well, where the correlation might not be as obvious. It's a little bit harder to manipulate that, and you know, it just works really well. And so I would be crazy to say, hey, I know this is working, but like, let me do it this way instead. I haven't lost today. You know, my accuracy has been really, really good, and so with that, you know, I kind of just got to keep doing what I'm doing and keep making money, you know, and try not to you know, go down a different road and try to attack something that I'm maybe not as familiar with, if that makes sense.
Big pullback there. Holding that resistance, guys. We'll let stocks try to break out one more time, and they'll start looking for some reversal trades. At least that's what I'm seeing.
Jean Lacroix is asking me in the chat, just got to this channel, how can I find out the history of how much you're making since COVID? And if good, can I follow your exact trades? You can go back and watch every stream if you want. You know, we stream live every single day, so, you know, our trades are not fakeable. You know, we stream live every day, you know. The other thing, though, is that you can't really follow our trades. I mean, you could try, but that's not really what we're here for. You know, we're not, I think one of the most toxic aspects of trading in general is trying to follow somebody's trade. Like copy somebody's trade. I think what traders really need to do is learn how to trade themselves. You can take inspiration from how I trade, and that's fine, but I don't think copying somebody's trade exactly is going to be beneficial, and I think it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna do you well. Yeah, no worries, Steve. Yeah, no stress. But yeah, point is, we don't give out picks. We're not really copycat traders. Like, I don't really want people to copy me. They can if they do great, but I would rather not have that pressure, you know. I would more rather somebody look at the strategies and the way I'm trading and the system I trade, and then implementing it on themselves with their own judgment. Market breaking highs here. Market just ripped up over 284. I think we'll get a bounce in a lot of other stuff here. Here's my P&L on the day. Not too shabby, but I want more, obviously. I'm kind of shooting for $500 day if we can. Market rejecting all the way back below 284. So, gotta wait for sure, because that's a big upwick. A lot of selling pressure as the market tried to break that 284 level. Especially in fast-moving stocks and markets. Yeah, 100%. And again, I think I get it. Like, I know why people try to do that, because in the end, it's a lot easier to just copy somebody's trade than it is to learn for yourself, because the emotions take a long time to learn and to manage and to condition. But again, with that, I mean, I think that the only way you're going to have any type of longevity in the market is if you learn to do it yourself. And we got a lot of videos, free content. You can watch us trade, see how we trade, watch our systems, see the strategies we're using, see the stocks we're trading, and then see our results, and then implement that for yourself. And I think that's probably a little bit more practical of a way to do it. Yeah, for sure, Jeremy. That's another reason too.
All right, guys, risking 10 cents here on USFD. Let's see if it comes back up here. Seeing the SPY hold that level kind of near that resistance, giving me the idea it could just pop up through it.
So this account started at 240. Jean, or is it Jean or Jean? I'm assuming it's Jean. Fun fact, my Mimi is what I called my grandmother. She's a Cajun. Oh, she's since passed away a long time ago. But my nickname was Jean, which she used to always mess with me and say it was French for John. And so, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Jean. I think I'm just naturally gravitated towards that. But yeah, so this account started at 240K. I'm currently at 2,000. I'm currently at about $8,548.97 in profit. And so I'm about 8.5K in profit, a little bit under 9K now. So yeah, that's my. You can watch me trade every day. Definitely been very accurate the last 3 months, 4 months. Been a long time since I had a really big losing week, and again, we trade live every day. So, but yeah, I'm up about 8.6K on this account.
All right, guys, let's get out of there. USFD definitely getting faked out there. Looks like the SPY is holding that resistance well. Definitely the chop fest is real today. That's what I expected. I might just get out of here. There's no real trend today. It's just chop. Bunch of chop fest.
Yeah, MU's ripping up. We'll see if we get that break of like 44.20. I'm watching that.
Bunch of chop.
What I'm looking at for AMD is I'm going to see if we can get this rejection. But yeah, when I was trying to show you, here's the number. Like you can see, I'm up to $8,548.97. Just so you can see it. It started at 240. But yeah, what I'm looking at for AMD, the SPY's pulling back, and now we're testing 283.50. But what I'm looking at for AMD is a possible rejection underneath this level here at 53.60. I don't hate that for AMD, but we're gonna wait and try to be patient with it, I think. Especially if we get a bounce in the SPY like we're getting right now. Man, there's the bounce in MU. Maybe I should have taken it. Really nice rebound bounce setup is what we call that on MU, and really profitable strategy, bouncing really nicely well. It's maintaining a solid trend. Same thing with ACB, NBAX. Uber, I was going to trade Uber today, but it's just not been as volatile as I prefer. It's just about what you earn on top, Jeremy. Yeah, I'm looking at MU. Like I said, I was looking for the break of 20, and we got it. And now we're up to 43 for MU. It's just too extended up there now. Same thing with AMD. We're going to wait for maybe a pullback in these, but we'll see if we can find anything on like a short-term basis if the market squeezes up and breaks this 284 level. Like if we look at the SPY here, we got this 284 level. That mission I both have been talking about a lot, and you know the market continues to battle that level, and so until we get a break of that, I'm not going to trade anything based off of this current momentum. I'm going to wait and see if we get a squeeze up or you know a move like that. Market's still pulling back. We'll see what we get.
Yep, still holding that high. Chop vest.
DraftKings, I don't know. I don't really trade DraftKings that much.
Gonna take one more chance here in USFD. If not, just probably call it a day. Not feeling too on point here, and also just expecting a chop fest in the market, so might just get out of here early today.
Market's pushing up to 284s. We're gonna see if we can break that. Alright, so we're over 284s here. Looking at AMD, I might scalp a little bit off the top. It just depends on if I think it's gonna break here or not. Too high up there now, unfortunately. I should have gotten it 10 seconds ago. Market's trying. Alright, I just jumped in with 500 shares of AMD. Nice squeeze up. Gonna get out some there. Hold this last 200 shares. Caught this little breakout on AMD with the 284 break on the SPY, and I don't mind holding these last little 200 shares a little bit longer. Try to get that big profit out of it that I've been talking about lately. We're getting a high of the day break. I'm gonna get out there. So I am up exactly 200 bucks in this account. Exactly. Could have held it a little bit longer, but like I said, I'm trying to hold it. Like I think that was a good level where by the time I took profit with 500 shares, I was up at least 10 cents, and I think that is the sweet spot for this account where if I can hold it and be up 10 cents before I take profits the first time, then that's going to help me grow a lot easier. And so not a bad green trade on AMD there with that market volatility. The SPY broke that 284 level and really broke highs here. And so with that, it was pretty favorable for me.
See if we get this continued hold of 284s on the SPY. I think you'll start seeing things head towards the high if that happens.
Yeah, so the next step in the market, so the market is at 284.60 right now. The SPY's high of the day, or the SPY's previous closing price is at man, AMD is up to 40, man. That thing, it went up another 20 cents from where I exited. Just a huge rip with this market. A lot of volatility coming in here with the SPY, and the previous closing price, guys, remember, is at 285 roughly. So if the SPY breaks over 285, it is going from red to green on the day, and so that's a huge catalyst and a huge technical catalyst from going red to green. And so if we get that, we'll either get a rejection there from that level holding as resistance, or we get a break over that and hold that level as support. We are thus green on the day, which is a big, a big moment for the market today. So interesting levels here. We'll see what we get.
Yeah, it's heading up there. So
yeah, for sure.
See if I can get above this VWAP. I'll take some profit.
Market's still up. It's up to 284.80. It's testing that, like I said, that previous closing price.
All right, guys, this took 400 off there as it was starting to break VWAP. Just to make sure that we pay ourselves.
Yeah, I like that level. Good level.
There's no point in not taking it off at the VWAP there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you see, now you're pretty much break-even green on the day. Good risk reward, bro. Good job.
Yeah, that's all you can do. That's all you can do, guys. Took the same risk and reward, made it back.
Getting off for the day. Hope everyone has a great weekend. See you, Erica. Appreciate you joining us.
The SPY needs to hold at 284 on any pullbacks. If it holds that, I think we'll get up there, probably back up to 286. But it has to hold this level first. I want to see buyers step up here at 715. That'll show me confirmation that this is heading up there towards the resistance trend line, which would be up there 1730s.
Ooh, look at DraftKings rip up with the market too.
Yeah, DraftKings had earnings today, and a lot of people are playing that one, man. I think they're trying to judge maybe a long-term look on gambling that we'll get into. But I think that's really what it is, at least. The story got hot really quickly. I mean, that stock, when it first came out, people were like, why are you IPOing now? No sports. But hey, looked like it paid off for them. All right, up there to 285s now. Buyers stepping up at 715, which showed me strength and continuation back up. All right, from the open, let's take a look at the different sectors, see what's leading us. Energy at the top, healthcare right behind it, and wouldn't you know it, technology right behind that. If you see technology and healthcare in the green, that has always been the sign, at least for the last, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks, that the market's up.
Yes, sir. Yeah, market's testing that 285 level.
You'll hear it again today, I'm sure, later on. If this holds, you'll hear it later on in CNBC. Oh, well, healthcare and technology led us in the day.
All right, guys, Carol's joining us again. Here, go get you a chair.
Some energy stocks making moves today, guys. I'm going to start looking some up here.
Okay. All right, Carol's going to get some coffee and join us. Maybe I'll let her trade.
Oil and gas making moves today, guys. Gush on the move up, drip on the move down, UWT, DWT. They got halted? Man, they took it off the market. Maybe our MRO for a breakout here.
Yeah, ACB is teetering on that previous closing price, man. Previous closing price is at 285. That's where we're at now. We're battling that level for sure. Just to show you guys real quick, this is the level. This light blue line is actually an automatically documented level. We have a code in Thinkorswim that automatically, a Python code program that automatically documents this. And so you can see we're battling 284.97, which is the previous closing price. If we break above that, again, technically we're green on the day. At this point, we're still technically red in the SPY, but we break that, we're technically green.
All right, guys, some shares going through there in 15s, but not anything big here. I've only seen 1,000 shares gone through there at 15, so that's holding me back from adding to my position.
Somebody's asking me a really good question here, and he said, John, with the intro account, what kind of size would you recommend trading with? So here's the thing, right? That's going to vary. It depends on, stocks have different ranges. You know, like for instance, like a $10 stock can have a larger range than a $100 stock, right? It just depends on the range, right? I think we got to go by, like, say we use an average of a risk level. You say you're risking 10 cents per trade. Right, in that case, I would use 200 shares maybe. You know what I mean? But that's me. That way you could try to make, small $20, $50, $25 wins and still profit a decent amount. You could buy 100 shares, you get a reward target of $20, $30, risk of 10 cents. Then you could use 100 shares and try to make $30 every time you win and try to lose $10 if you do lose. And so it's going to depend, but I would say I would trade small. I would keep it well under, I would keep it 300 shares or less maximum. Preferably it just depends on the range. You're trading a larger range stock that has like a risk level of like 50, 60 cents, then trade with 25 shares maybe. But it's all going to vary depending on the range and the stock's movement and how much you're risking per trade.
All right, guys, SPY just rejected 285s. Let's see what happens here. If we get a rip up through the 285s, or it just comes right back down to that 284 level. Yeah, like John, what I always say about accounts, and this goes for all accounts, I always say try to make a goal for the account, because I see too many traders, they take like an account, they lose it, and then they just get frustrated. That means that they didn't really take a goal approach. What I mean by goal is, let's say your goal is strictly to break even for the month, or to learn how to consecutively take one strategy and just hold to that certain amount of risk. Those kinds of goals really up your skill in trading versus just thinking, oh man, I'm gonna go into this account and try to make some money. That it comes with frustrations. Money comes with greed. Greed brings you emotional problems like FOMO or missing out. And these are all the kinds of things that you want to avoid in trading. You want to always be taking trading as a business-like approach, just trying to do a process. And that's what's always going to do you best.
Yeah, go ahead and start it. Yeah, you just turn it on, you press the red button for record. I think it automatically dies after like 30 minutes.
All right, guys, we'll be looking for CGC on this pullback here. I like it.
Carol about to drop my $1,000 camera.
What is this thing?
It really is.
This thing isn't very tight now.
No, it stays. You just can't lean it too much to the side.
Watching CGC pull back to the VWAP, guys. Big VWAP bounce play. Looking for a 40 entry.
Oh no. No, don't worry about it. It's cool. No, don't wipe it. I gotta make some stuff. No, don't worry about it. Yeah, just
It's on there though, like it's not gonna fall off even if it tips over.
no. Yeah, you're good.
Just being sure.
Alright.
All right, guys, just put an ad there at 17.12 for pullback buy, and then I'd hold it, break even on the rest. It's looking good to break out here through the
Go
20s,
Tigers. Go
but
Tigers.
the SPY pulling back.
That's right. Oh yeah, Kill's got the LSU shirt. Yeah, Javier, you don't need a mentor, brother. You need to just practice, man, and just practice and just keep practicing. That's all you need, man. You don't need a mentor. You just need to learn how to build a system and do that, you know.
It's kind of what I talked about, and I'll change it up, and I'll try to talk to it in a different sense. If you're an athlete, a lot of the times when you practice, you don't necessarily have to practice everything about that sport in one aspect. What you want to do is focus on, let's say like if you're a football player, you want to practice catching over your shoulder and just continuously do that repetitively. That is goal-like thinking. That is thinking, hey, I need to improve on one certain aspect of this whole complete game. And I think that's one of the best ways to look at trading. Let me improve on one aspect and continuously improve on that. And then look for another aspect to improve, another aspect. And this is how you really build the process. Getting it all down in one day or 1 week or 1 month, very unlikely in day trading.
Redneck Nomad said roll tide. No thank you.
Sorry. Mitch is talking, but if anybody talks about Alabama, Carol's gonna get mad. So.
No thank you.
Sorry, Mitch, but yeah.
Tua.
Hey, listen, I'm not one of those LSU fans that just hate. Like, listen, do I want Alabama to ever beat us? No. Do I respect Coach Saban as a coach? Yes, he's easily the greatest college football coach of all time, 100%. No argument there. And he was our coach for at one point, and he won LSU a lot of national championships. And so with that said, I can't hate on Saban. He's a beast. Tua's a beast too. I hope Tua does well. I'm happy to see Tua get drafted. He's actually going to Mitch's home over there in Florida.
Yeah, man. Dolphins coming back, man.
Hey, he's a beast too, man. I give Tua credit. If he wasn't injured, I think that the LSU-Bama game this past year would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, a lot closer.
Yeah, it's speculative, but I think, Bama might have taken that. Just again, because Tua's a monster, man. He really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Still, I'm always gonna be pulling for.
LSU defense underrated. That helped.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, LSU's defense.
Underrated defense.
Well, they progressively got better. Like, as the year went on, they got better and better. The coaches stepped up, I'm sure, and
All right, guys, taking a shot here.
Yeah, we just got much better as the year went on, for sure.
Well, Burrow.
We struggled.
Well, Burrow though, he's a huge. Of course, the rest of the team, all of them had a great year this year, but Burrow, he's like.
He's a monster.
Pinpoint with his accuracy.
But here's the thing, right? Burrow is a great quarterback. And I don't want to start talking about too much other stuff besides trading, but Burrow is a great quarterback. But Burrow had the best receivers like in college football, he had at least some of the best receivers. And so it's very easy when your receivers are that good. And I sometimes kind of think that the receivers didn't get as much credit as they maybe should have, especially when you look at, like, they were drafted, obviously, but they could have been a lot higher because, Burrow kind of overshadowed that, and the whole state of Louisiana praised Burrow. And listen, I'm from Louisiana. I like Burrow. Burrow's a beast. But I think the receivers did the job. And I think that, I think when you look at it in that regard, you got to give them their props too.
All right, guys. At least I'm seeing in the lodging approaches to the highs. Could break out there. Seeing the SPY hold. Try to get above this 284 again. So vital for it.
I don't know when someone's talking or not.
I'll try to turn this up so you can hear.
Yeah, you're like.
There we go. All right, you're good. What's up, Riley? It's the good-looking Carol Baskin.
I don't have that E on my name. What'd I tell y'all? No, it's alright. How about that, though? Tiger King?
Yeah, man.
There's some crazy people living just a state north of us here.
Honestly, at first I was like, good for the Tiger King. But then the Tiger King, like...
He kind of played himself out.
Yeah, he wasn't a great guy. Let's be honest here for a second.
I got a little story
All
there.
of them were, except for maybe the zookeepers.
Yeah, for sure.
My girlfriend actually works for kind of an adventure experience kind of business. I'm not really gonna put their business out there, but they actually have the girl from Tiger King as one of their clients.
What? No.
Yeah, so I think it was.
No. Oh, the girl that got her arm bitten off by the tiger, or Carol Baskin?
Oh, yeah, the girl that I haven't really watched it, but the girl supposedly that killed the husband or whatever.
Oh, Carol.
Oh, ooh. Hey, all you cats and
Cool
kittens.
cats and
Cool
kittens.
cats and kittens.
I'd stay away
You know
from
what the
her.
best
man.
part
She's
is?
shady.
She's taking
shady.
advantage
Just
of this
psychopaths
momentum.
like that.
Yeah.
She's
shady.
taking advantage. She's smart.
Yeah. Alright, so the SPY is battling this 284 level.
All right,
I'm looking at
guys.
AMD for what we call a rebound bounce setup here.
Taking some shares off here, guys. All right, just cut 200. The 200 that I added down here at the bottom. Need to take some here as it approaches the trend line because it could just pull back. And I'm not going to give up those gains.
Oh, you got us.
Here, let's go get you.
Holding VWAP now, guys. Don't want to see it past 15 on the bottom. If it pulls back to 15, that's fine. Anything below 15, we're just going to take the profit. Should break out from here.
Yeah, 100% Rooster. I think that's just kind of how it goes. Quarterbacks always
Alright.
get the credit.
CGC looking great, guys. VWAP bounce possibility here. I'm gonna see if I can get a pullback in CGC to 1440s, and I can take it off of 1430s.
I'm watching the SPY battle this 284 level. I was thinking about longing AMD here for that rebound bounce setup, but SPY is getting rejected now, so I'm just gonna wait.
All right, guys, moving the stop up to 1714 for my USFD position.
Where is the southern accent? Where are ours from? Louisiana. We're in Texas right now, though, but we're both from Louisiana. NNVC is a COVID stock. I haven't traded it in a while. I haven't looked at it. It kind of quieted down from the last few months, but it had a few rips a few months ago. You could see it went up to 1920 at one point, so just a monstrous rip for a little while, but it's since came back down. It's at 1020 now. It's still up a lot in the last few months, but Not enough range, honestly. Unfortunately for NNBC, just too slow.
All right, guys, about to take some of CGC. Took a little bit there, guys.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take some of MU here over the $0.50, especially if the SPY holds.
Long CGC, guys.
Yeah, I just took some of...
Put it to the left for you guys.
Yeah, I just took some of MU as well on this rip up.
Wanted to get 40. Did he get picky? Took 45. Risking off of 35s here for CGC. Great move there in USFD. Now moving up to the higher resistance there. Could break out to 1750.
I took profits too soon for MU. I wanted the breakout, but I don't like the way it was moving now. It needs to hold over this level, so I took some off. I'm only holding 200 shares now. I'm guessing the SPY didn't hold. Yeah.
Just gave a little chop vest right there, right? Like it pointed up and then just held for a second.
Yeah. There it goes. It's back up. Okay, good. I'm going to add another 200 here for MU. Holding 400 now.
Yeah, to me, that 284 holding now would give us that sign.
Well, thanks for hanging out, baby. Alright, Carol's got to go do schoolwork with my kids, so everybody thank her for hanging out.
Yes,
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Mitch said we'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
All right, baby.
Have a good weekend. All right, y'all. Have a good trading day, and hope y'all have a good weekend. Hope everyone's safe and healthy.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Alright, baby. Thank you.
All right, guys, it keeps kind of holding up here. If we don't see the SPY rip out to the 285s right here, I'm going to cut half of it off. Definitely seeing strength with the buys and the volume behind me, but the SPY needs to follow. And also I could look at food distribution index to follow. I need to change the color here. Hold on a second. So you guys can see CGC.
I'm trying to let MU work here, but the market is not working with it.
Alright guys, if I see the SPY rip up, that's going to be a good sign for me here. If not, I might just cut it out here.
Yeah, I'm going to get out here. I got out, took a small loss, but SPY got rejected under that 284 level for me. First loss of the day though, so still up almost 200 bucks. But yeah, that was the first loss I took today.
A little pullback here. I need to see it bounce back here. If not, just going to take it off.
How long have we been trading? I've been trading, what, 3 years?
Alright, let's see what we get right here. Need to see the SPY come back above 284s. I'm not going to cut this position here. SPY heading down there. I'm selling. I'm out of my position, guys.
Big drop in the market. I am shorting AMD here. I'm going to take half off. I took 1,000 shares for my first time today. Still holding 500 shares here. Going to try to hold the rest of this close to break even. Trying to let it work a little bit.
USFD break it down a little bit there.
Trying to let it work a little bit longer here. We might bounce at this $0.50, but the market is just pulling back.
El Chop Fest.
Yeah.
All right, if I see CGC come back above 50s, I'm gonna add.
Let me get out there. About break even, a little down a little bit, but I should have waited for 53.50, and I think I should have been less stubborn with my profit taking. I think I actually held it a little bit too long on that one. But it's
Look at USFD coming right back.
Kira's chair out the way here. You just look at how much it's moved on the day. You document the high of the day and then the low of the day, and then calculate how many cents or dollars that is, and that's your range. If it's got a big range of like a few bucks per day, that's, you know, probably too much to take a big sizing with. If it's got like a 50-60 cent range, you know, you might want to scale up a little bit depending on what your goal is. But yeah, it's just you document the high and the low, and you calculate the difference.
All right, guys, just hit another ad there at CGC. Looking for another little pullback. I can add a little bit more, but if it starts breaking out, I'll just hold the shares that I have.
Yeah, I think my AMD trade there was probably my worst trade of the day. All right, so there's the market. Squeezing back up here with a huge rip.
Yeah, crazy. All right, guys, looking to add here. I'm gonna try to scalp USFD also. I can get a pullback there to 20s or 25s.
Nice push up in the market.
Looking for a pullback here in the 40s to add in CGC.
I'm scalping with 500 shares of this move on MU. So we can hold. Man, the market is just playing games.
How'd that feeling, bro? How'd that feeling today?
Well, that 284 level is just really interesting. Like, it's battling that level, but it's not one to hold there.
Yeah, these are days that I'm kind of happy that I'm going smaller positioned, not higher.
Yeah, I got out of there. SPY is just, look at that move. It gets squeezed all the way. Look at this on the spot. It gets squeezed all the way above that 284 level, and then look at this big wick, this huge amount of selling pressure come in right here. Look at this. And so it's like everybody looks at this.
Real.
Yeah, everybody looks at this and say, okay, look, a big bullish move, and then just a quick rejection back down. Luckily, I'm protecting myself while I'm doing it, but phew.
All right, guys, USFD looking strong here. It gets a big buyer through 30. I think this makes it to 50, but I'm going to stick with the CGC position just because it's closer to the VWAP than the USFD position.
Make myself a little bit smaller. There we go.
Just going to make CGC bigger for you guys. If you want, we could even look at it with ACB.
I'm attacking AMD here with 1,000 shares. Beautiful trade. Just took 600 off, holding 400 left as we broke under the $0.50. Gonna take another half off here at 46 again. Gonna hold 200 with a risk level of over the 53.50 level, and I'm out. So up 262 on the day. Caught the rejection at that point in time. Like, the reason I took this trade is just because the SPY's rejected 284 a million times at this point, and so, you know, when that happens, I tend to think that we're gonna drop a little bit, at least on a short-term basis, which is what I really caught there for AMD. Do you have a video explaining how to day trade? Hey dude, we've got like 1,200 videos all for free on YouTube, so check those out. So we got a lot of people asking for what broker should they use. So the platform we're using is part of what's called the funded account program with TradeNet, right? So with that, there's a lot of benefits to using, buying these packages for traders, in my opinion. Number one is that new traders, when you get started, the first thing you really want to understand if you're new is that you're probably going to lose your first few accounts. It's almost an inevitability. You kind of have to lose at first because that's how you build rules to avoid losing in the future, right? And so with that, you're probably going to lose your first few accounts, and a lot of the times new traders end up saving up thousands and thousands of dollars and depositing that into a trading account for their first account. And again, you're just basically ensuring that they're going to lose 5 or 10 grand, which is unnecessary because the platform we use, it's $400. It's $3.99. It's an educational package, so it comes with a course and a demo account and access to their chat room. And then if you're approved for the funded account program, as long as you haven't bought too many packages before, they give you a day trading account that doesn't have the PDT rule. The base package gives you $14,000 in buying power to trade with for, remember, $3.99. And you can short stocks with no PDT rule. And I think it's super beneficial for new traders. To be fair, I think most new traders are going to lose those accounts as well because most traders just lose. But it's a lot cheaper to lose a $3.99 account than it is to deposit 5 or 10 grand into a conventional platform to get the same amount of buying power you would for the $3.99 account and then lose 5 or 10 grand. I think it just makes a lot more sense to, risk less when you're first getting started and check out the intro package. Again, is it the perfect platform? No. You're not going to be able to trade most penny stocks. Most penny stocks aren't tradable in there. It's mostly just meant for mid and high cap stocks. And then since they're giving you all that buying power, they're going to take a percentage of your profits similar to a prop firm. And so with the 14,000 account, they're going to take 30%. So you make $1,000 net, they're going to take 30% of that, which is $300, and you get to keep the other 70%. And then there's also a max loss of $700. So basically, if you take the $14,000 account and you go under $13,300, they close you down. But in the end, it's an objectively cheaper way to get started in trading where you're risking less. You're not having to risk thousands of dollars for your first account. You can spend $3.99 and you get a course, a demo account, chat room access, and a lot of other cool stuff. And again, technically it's an educational package. The other thing is the funded account program, which is up to their approval, but almost everybody's approved as long as you haven't bought too many accounts prior to that. And I think it, objectively speaking, makes sense for new traders. We do make a commission if you sign up through us, and so we're going to be biased, obviously, in their favor. But the reality is it's just a cheap way to get started, in my opinion. Mir over there at TradeNet, they get a lot of hate. Reality is most new traders end up losing, and trading's an emotional thing, and so people leave them bad reviews and hate on them for whatever reason. But in the end, objectively speaking, I think it's a super cheap way to get started, and you're going to get more buying power than you would anywhere else. And so with that said, if you want to check them out, here's the link. can use the link and I just posted in the chat there. What's up, Omar? How do you beat the mental hurdle? Conditioning, brother. You do something over and over and over again, you're going to get better at it. It's going to be a lot easier because you're going to be used to it. And so just conditioning over and over and over again. That's all it is. You just do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And that's a lot of what trading is. It's just conditioning yourself to do the right thing. And that takes repetition. It's also why you can't really get rich quick in the market, because it takes time to condition yourself to make the right decisions, if that makes sense. But yeah, I appreciate all the subs today. We got a lot of subs while I was talking. Let me see. Dante, AB, Maverick, Javier, I appreciate the love, team. Welcome, guys.
All right, guys, just sold some shares there at 61. Had some internet issues, so I needed to cut it.
When can you get the profits? So you could withdraw once per month. With each package, there's like a minimum amount of profit you have to make first, but you can withdraw once per month in the funded account program, and they just wire it to your bank account.
Yeah, I think that's what's a major catalyst in this environment. It would be to look at if we're going to get that stimulus bill in the cannabis sector. Having internet issues, guys. Internet's being in and out.
I'm looking to short AMD as it breaks under 53.50 here. We got a lot of confirmation here on AMD that I can show you guys, and so I might take a very small scalp here with 500 shares under this level here. If we get it, that is. We might not. This break.
Yeah. Still having internet issues here.
Alright, I'm in with 500 shares with AMD. Like I said, we're gonna, maybe I got in a little bit too early. We could get a quick bounce and just stop me out immediately, but we're gonna try to let this bad boy work. Either way, I'm up a ton on the day. I'm not gonna lose today. Better not jinx myself. Yeah, I'm gonna get out there, keep it tight. $20 loss, just a big rebound there. Probably should have waited. I still scalp it. I still plan on scalping it if we get under 53 or 43, but I think I need to wait for that a little bit more. Too much confirmation there to act as support. Looks like exiting there was the right move. Got out in time, so. So there's no Forex on there, Dante. Yes, that's exactly right, Bo. I just get used to certain stocks and I trade them every day, and so with that, I get used to trading them. And I kind of understand how they move really well. I'm guessing the SPY. No, not yet. But yeah, that's all it really is just familiarizing myself with certain stocks. And just getting used to how they move and then attacking those moves. It's one of the reasons I don't trade penny stocks much, because I can't really learn penny stocks. They might run up and I'll never see them again. So.
Alright, guys, have a stop placed on the rest. Seeing the SPY break down there, it does not look good for us, especially for any plays up. But cannabis could be going against the correlation here.
I'm pretty sure you can get the intro and just sit on it, but I'm not 100% sure, and so it's probably best to reach out to them and ask them, Isaac. I know with the higher packages, there's like a minimum you must make within a year, but with the lower packages, I don't think there is, but again, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, and so you want to reach out to them and ask them is probably the right move there.
Some bag buyers coming in here at 49s and 48s. Let's see if it comes back up. If not, it can cut me out at 45. I'll be all right with that.
All right, here's the fourth confirmation test of AMD. Getting really ready to short this.
Just got out, guys. Yeah, super chop day, guys. I'm actually up on the day, but I'm not really seeing the moves I like to see. So, seeing USFD break down there, might short this one.
Like I said, getting ready to short AMD if it gets under like 46 and holds. Keeps bouncing there, but that's a really big confirmed level.
What are out for 715s to get short on USFD? I think I missed that play already. I'm going to look for a different one.
All right, I'm in, like I said, I'm in AMD with 500 shares. Solid move, 36. I'm going to take half off there, a little bit more than half. Hold 200 shares here for the full breakdown. There's the move. Perfect. That's the move I was looking for. Take another half off there, hold 100 shares, see if we get a much stronger move down to like 20. Come on. Got out of 300. Exactly $300 in profit today. That's the move. Remember, I called this move out exactly what I was looking for, which is 53.45 break. Look at that breakdown. That's the breakdown I was essentially looking for, is when this happens, it's tanking, and the market actually confirmed that as well and had a really nice low break there simultaneously. But yeah, remember guys, I called this level out multiple times, said I was looking for 46. Once it broke under that, look at that move. Huge move. Was lucky to catch it with 500 shares and, you know, make my money there, but I'll take that. So there's commissions. There's commissions with each trade. They're 0.006 per share plus some fees. And there's a platform fee of $15 a month. But aside from that, yeah, it's not a deposit, it's a package. You want some paper? I got you, buddy. Oh, wait, the paper is, wait, here. Go over there, don't get near my camera. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Here. Here, right here, buddy.
Starter in car, shorting car, guys.
Okay, it's alright. Here, watch out. You're by my camera. Here, it's fine. She's not gonna say anything. I'm just joking with you, buddy. Here, that's alright. Hey, thanks, Omar. And so yeah, it's an educational package, and then basically they make you a contractor in the funded account program is how it really works. So you're not trading your account, you're trading their account, and so you're basically an independent contractor from what I understand.
Alright guys, trying to get some ads here in car.
The next level I'm looking is for MU at 43.77. We break under 43.77 on MU. I'm going to short it down to 43.50 or so. We're at 98 now, so we need 77. So that's what I'm waiting for. But that's on MU, and that's with that's assuming the market continues its downward trend. If the market starts to bounce up, I'm no longer going to be trying to short that on the downside. So we're gonna just wait for that and see what happens. But that's what I'm looking at now.
All right, guys, I can see a lot of volume just got stacked in here in CAR. 30,000 shares at 82.
O says, guys, the June oil contracts settle on Tuesday, so there's a chance we might see the price of crude fall off a cliff again like we did the last time that happened when the May contracts settled. The last time that happened was April 21st, the settlement date, and on April 20th, the price of crude tanked. So since June contracts settle on Tuesday, the price of crude might tank on Monday. If it does, it won't rebound until like Wednesday. Interesting dynamic here. We'll watch for that for sure. Appreciate that. Yeah, the big thing here, guys, is the market just broke under the VWAP and major support, and so we're actually looking really weak, and I don't mind shorting into some other bounces here. Like I said, the goal of today is $500. We're going to see if we can hit it or not. I'm up 300. I got another 200 to go. I'm up 60% of my goal. We need another 40%.
Gotta be careful here, guys. Big share size going in there at the bottom.
Hey, don't stress it, Omar. Listen, brother, it'll be like that, man. It might take a few weeks to adjust, and you'll get used to it. Again, the best thing you can do is just repetition, brother. You know, you do it over and over again, you'll be better at it. It just takes a little while for you to get used to it, really.
Doesn't look good here, guys. Mine's at least slowing down there. Could get squeezed with that 30,000 buyer that stepped up there. We'll look to see if CGC makes its way back up. About to get squeezed out. Just flipped completely, guys. Definitely Chop Fest 2001, man.
I mean, we're not too bad today. Like, the market's been moving up. Like, it maintained an upward trend from like 840 all the way to 950 my time. So about 940 market time to 1050 market time. And so it maintained a trend fairly well. It might have had short-term consolidation though, but you know, it hasn't been too bad.
I mean, that's, to me, it just straight down from 7 a.m. to 9, straight up there, straight back down. That's just chop.
Yeah, for sure. On a short-term
Not
basis,
like,
it's not bad.
not like we got like earlier in the week. We were getting straight down moves and then straight up.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's one of those days that there's what I call the in-between look. There's pullback buy looks, there's bearish looks. That can cause chop.
Yeah, for sure. I'm waiting to see if MU breaks underneath this 43.98 level. I might short into MU there. I'm gonna wait and see though. We need some positive correlation with the market too.
Let's see if we can head down to 282. That'll show a nice negative turn there.
Alright, we're at 98. I just shorted MU. I'll break even right now. See if we get a follow through here. Alright, there's 94s. 3s, 2s.
There you go, starting to get some crack.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm in I'm gonna take half off there, a little bit more than half, hold it 200 shares here. I'm not gonna scale out anymore, I don't think.
Just hit another ad there at 90. See if we can get a knockdown here.
Get out there. Up 322 on the day, small win, market bouncing. I'm just gonna scale out. I don't mind adding back to it. I think I sold a little bit too soon there, but I don't hate it necessarily. Small win, but we're gonna watch the market, see what we get here. Like I said, the goal today is 500 bucks. We're at 322 now, so we're getting close.
You could just flip here. You got to be careful.
Uh, 500 to 1,000 shares, Bo. Yeah, don't stress it, Omar. Like I said, brother, repetition will benefit you. Just keep doing it over and over again. You'll get used to it.
See, we get a hard down move here. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm with 1,000 shares of MU here. Same kind of strategy. I'm going to take half off there. Hold 500 here. See if we get a much larger breakdown finally that I've been waiting for. There we go. There's another half. Or a little bit less than half. I'm going to take a little bit more there. And then I'm going to hold this last 100 shares. See if we get a much larger breakdown.
Added for the swing there. See what we get.
I just realized you guys couldn't see it. Sorry. So I got out there. I'm up 397 on the day. About 400 bucks. Got about another 100 to go. Here's my P&L on the day. So not too shabby, guys. Look at that. That's a beautiful P&L if I've ever seen one. Maybe I got out a little bit too soon for MU. But yeah, up about 400 on the day. We're going to keep pushing.
Trying to see the SPY break down here to the 281s, 50s.
Yeah, no worries, Omar. No stress, brother. Like I said, you got this, dude. It just takes a little bit of time, man. You know, scaling up's no fun. It's a stressful thing for sure.
And that you're ready.
What does it say?
The car race.
The car race. That's lovely, buddy. That's beautiful.
So it's a race. So it's a race, you, Maddie, and...
The car race. That's so good, bud. Love you, buddy. Great job.
So it's you versus Maddie versus Maddie.
Okay, watch out for the camera.
And it's a race.
Oh, that's so good, buddy. Here, can I keep this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that's an invitation to the car race.
Yeah, that's an invitation to the car race. Okay, I got you. Thank you, bud. I'm gonna keep it right here.
Gonna get this breakdown, but it's not happening. It's just holding and holding and holding.
I think what we're eventually going to get, I think we're going to fall on a longer term basis. I think that I think that now that we're dropping, I think that we're going to kind of stair step down to eventually hit 281.50, and then when we break under that, we're going to get a big surge in momentum down is what I think, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I'm cutting half of mine just because it didn't want to give me the momentum move, and then it's just too much risk if we're not going to get the momentum.
How does being green all the time make you feel in comparison to when you first began? I mean, obviously it makes me feel good. Listen, it used to be like, here's the reality, right? Like when you first start trading, there's just a lot of highs and lows. Like your losses are just devastating, and you kind of, you can't really control your emotions when you first get started. You're super upset all the time, and your wins are great and you're super excited about them, and then your losses are just devastating. But as you do it over and over again, like somebody asked me how long I've been streaming every day. Like we've been streaming every day for years. And so with that said, it feels good to be green, don't get it wrong. Like I love being green, obviously, and I'm happy for my wins. But at the same time though, it's not as kind of like manic depressive, you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of even. I'm happy, obviously. I'd much rather win than lose, but it's not really highs and then really lows. It's just kind of like, yeah, cool, it's green, my account's up, I'm just gonna keep growing, and I'm happy about it, obviously, but it's not, the greatest day ever, you know what I mean? Now, the $5,000 day that I made the other day, that was a pretty fun day, but, that's just because it was my largest win ever. But in the end, I try to keep it pretty even, and, I'm happy I'm winning for sure.
All right, guys, I just cut it there. Didn't want to stay in the trade. Reason why, normally I stay the trade towards the break of the support here at 75. But to me, with this choppy market, the way I've been looking at it, I'm in the green now here. Instead of being greedy, since I'm not feeling the market at my top game, I'm just going to get out there, celebrate the win, celebrate a green day, even though it was a very difficult day trading for me.
Yeah, brother, good job, man. You came back. Nice work, dude. Hey, guys.
Sometimes I think you got to make that call. You can be having decent results, not feeling the best, and sometimes it's best to just be like, all right, well, I mean, the probability fell on my side today, but I didn't really feel like I was on top of my game. So sometimes it's okay to just say, all right, I'll just pull what I got and get on out of here, look for tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Or Monday, I guess. But yeah,
Monday.
You came back. You did well, brother. Good job, man.
All right, guys, one that I'll keep an eye on is CGC. That's the only one that really interests me, in ACB, because of the stimulus bill kind of things. They are coming back up here, so I'll keep an eye on that one. But this should be pretty much it for me, guys.
I've been green every day for 2 weeks, but I'm scared the losing day is ahead. Maybe you trade like more. Yeah. You guys know me.
This is why I like CGC, guys. I just want to put it up there. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. But yeah, you guys know me. I trade like a big wimp most of the time, so I'm just now getting out of that phase, but I was in that phase for a long time. But yeah, you'll get there, Kyle. Just use good ratios, man. If you're green, you'll stay green. Just don't be too risky, and you got this, bro.
All right, traders. I just want to show you guys these two charts. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out the high quality platform that John and I use every single day on these streams, definitely check out TradeNet. It gives us a great ability really to trade outside of the PDT, trade long and short. Today I went short twice, long 3 times. And this is very important to me. Having the ability to go long and short takes out the biasy of only long. I see a lot of new traders get into kind of platforms and brokers that only give them the advantage of going long. And so if you want to go ahead and check out our platform, it has cheap commissions. It also gives you a demo account to practice when you first start, gives you access to a chat room and some training, education. Definitely check it out, guys. It's definitely more intended to education for the beginner trader. And that's really what we push TradeNet for, is for that beginner trader that's really taking that step up in going to live money. You know, I can't stress it enough that too many traders try to spend way too much money learning, and what they need to do is try to take these smaller accounts to really get the goal out of it, really start building your process. And that's what we really support, guys, is low size when you start so that you can find the process that works best for you. But like always, guys, definitely check out TradeNet. It gives us a great ability to have some strengths in the beginning of trading and gives us an ability to go both long and short. And that's truly my favorite part of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, with the funded account program, you're not going to get a better deal than that a lot of the time. And it's weird, like, people hate on them, and it's like they get mad at them and they nitpick all these different things. And like the reality is like, you know, it's a super cheap option. Like, you're not going to get cheaper anywhere else. And like, when you really think about the fact that most new traders are going to lose anyway, I would rather risk $3.99 and lose that than deposit thousands. And it's like, look, the risk reward is good. You know, that's all it is. And it comes, the bundle, course, demo, chat room access, funded account program potential, and all that stuff, it just makes sense in my opinion. Nice, but not a big range. What do you mean, Jerome? I mean, I scalped it. I took like 60-70 bucks from that trade. I'm up about 400 on the day.
I think you might be talking about CGC and ACB. ACB has a range about 50 cents, and CGC has a range also, I would say more 50-60 cents. So I personally think that's decent for a stock that's priced in the 9 or 14 area. What I always like about kind of when cannabis moves very pattern like, and that's what you're seeing here, very pattern like, holding supports, going to resistance, and those kinds of moves are what they're measurable. And so measurables gives you a little bit a higher edge in the probability when you're taking strategy trades. Patterns are clean, usually you get clean results. Patterns are choppy, what are you gonna get?
Choppy results.
Boom boom. All right, guys, definitely keep up with us throughout the weekend. I'm going to try to do multiple videos on investing this weekend, but we'll see if we can get them all out in time. But definitely, guys, check out our new channel this weekend and also stay with us. I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing a live stream, probably going over some of these live strategies that we go over. But definitely stay with us on the weekend as we stay up and continue making content for you guys throughout the weekend.
Yeah, so we're not going to be doing a live stream, so I actually have a really cool video we're going to drop. I'm not going to ruin what the video is, but I got a really cool video I'm going to drop this weekend. And so instead of the live stream, that's what we're going to do. But yeah, if you want to... Hold on, buddy. Hold on one second.
The car race like in 1 minute.
The car race. I love it. Hold on, buddy. I'll look at it in just a second. But yeah, if you want to subscribe to the new channel, there's the link in that. It's just an online business / investing channel where we go over our online business endeavors. You know, Amazon, investing in websites, organic traffic, building businesses from home, online stuff, plus investing, sector analysis, a lot of cool stuff. There's the link for that in the chat where it says subscribe to the new channel. But yeah, all right, buddy, I'll see it now. Sorry, I'm trying to entertain my son. He's drawing pictures for me, so.
All right, traders, y'all have a great one. I'll see you guys throughout the weekend. And like always, stay with the Discord. You can always reach out to John or I. And we also have thousands of traders on there. So check it out, guys. Have a good one.
Later, brother. Yeah, I'll post the Discord link here, too. Yeah, here's the Discord link if y'all want to check that out too. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm up about 400 on the day. This is my P&L. Really happy with how I've traded today. I've been taking a little bit larger wins, and I think that is what I need to do from now on. And I'm not perfect at it, obviously, but it's been a really accurate day today, which the week has honestly been a really good week too. But not too shabby today. We're going to keep... building it up. You know, I know I said I wanted $500, guys, but part of me is thinking I might just want to hang it up and, you know, listen, I'm up $400 on the day. You know, 400 bucks, that is definitely a acceptable profit in my opinion. You know, you can see it here. $400 is definitely a good win, and I think I might just call it a day at that. I've been really successful today. What I don't want to do is like be so rigid and stubborn with my goal that I instead push too hard as the market starts to slow down. And so I think with that said, I'm going to take my $400, my $397, and just hang it up for the day, guys. I hope you understand. Also, guys, you can go check out Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas actually has their their test drive coming up. You know, their test drive coming up, and so hold on, let me find something. Their test drive coming up, and so with that, I think that the test drive is actually going on right now. Let me see if I can find the link to the test drive. I've been struggling. They recently changed the platform, so hold on one second. Let me. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah. Let me find this here, guys. I know how to do this. Okay. So one second, I'll get you the test drive link. And yeah, to put it into perspective, like my base scanner link is $118 a month for this package that I have. And so the test drive is basically 2 weeks of Trade Ideas. The same package I have for $9 for like $8.99, and it's going on right now. So if you want to check it out, let me find it for you. I got you guys. And also, if you go through my link, you'll get 15% off, I think. Let me see. Sorry guys, I'll be right there. Let me just Google this. I'm sure they have. Here it is. Alright, so yeah, here's the link for that, guys. Sorry it took me a little while. They got a new platform, so I'm trying to learn this thing. Give me 1 second. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Let me see.
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm just gonna stand right here until you're finished. And
Dude,
when
just
you're
don't
done,
knock over my camera, buddy. Okay, yeah, so this is actually fine. Okay, yeah, I got you guys. Alright, so here you go. Here's the new link. Sorry.
Hey, Daddy.
Hold on, bud. Hold on. 1 second, dude. Okay. Hold on, buddy. Alright, yeah, here's the link, guys.
Hey, Daddy. 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 Daddy.
Yes. BIY.
So when you're done, I'm gonna flip this over and the car race starts.
Okay. But yeah, if you've ever thought about using Trade Ideas, check out that link. That's how you check it out. But yeah, guys, with that said, hit the subscribe button, click the bell. We are done for the day. A beautiful day, a $400 day. And come on, man, just one more. I got them trades. Anybody? No, I'm just. But yeah, with that said, guys, good luck. Have a good day. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll see you guys Monday. But yeah, like I said, I will put out the dopest of dope content this weekend, and so make sure you go check that out. And with that said, good luck, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Jack is showing me his stuff here, so the car race starts now. I'm gonna go do the car race.
It's
Say bye. Say bye, buddy.
Bye bye.
All right, guys.
Bye
Later, team.
bye.